Good morning, students. Welcome to online classes of Sun Valley Public School. Today's topic is English, third lesson, The Fox and the Tortoise. There is an assignment, children, on page number 19. Name your best friend. You must write your best friend's name. Put a tick against the things you share. Whatever you share, they have given 4 things here. You have to tick it 1. Whatever you are sharing with your friends to play. There is toys, foods, crayons. Put a tick against the activities you do together. Means whatever you play with your friends, that you have to tick. First one is playing, studying, watching TV, going to school. Back to the lesson, children. Once upon a time, there lived a tortoise and a fox in a large forest. They were close friends. The tortoise lived in a pond. The fox lived in a den in the middle of the forest. They spent a lot of time talking to each other. They loved to tell each other stories of other animals. The fox often went through the forest to a field nearby in search of food. He met many other animals in the forest. He always kept away from the lion, the tiger, the leopard, and the wolf. Once upon a time, there lived a tortoise and a fox in a big forest, children. They were close friends, means very good friends to each other. The tortoise lived in a pond. You know, no? Tortoise lives in a pond. They lives in a pond. So, tortoise lives in a pond. The fox lived in a den. Den means a hole or a cave in which an animals live. So, the fox lived in a den. Where it was? It was in the middle of the forest. They spent a lot of time talking to each other. Means the tortoise and the fox spend their time by talking to each other. They love to tell, means they both love to tell each other stories of other animals. So the fox often went through the forest to the field nearby. Oftenly it goes to the forest nearby field. In search of what? In search of food. He met many other animals. He met many other animals in the forest. He always kept away from the lion. Only he was kept few animals away. Who all are there? They are the lion, the tiger, the leopard, and the wolf. They are very dangerous and cunning. He told the tortoise, if I am not careful, they will grab me and eat me up. The tortoise knew this too. The fox is telling the lion, tiger, leopard, and wolf, they all are very dangerous and cunning animals. Cunning animals means very clever animals. He told this to tortoise, and he said, if I am not very careful, they will grab me and they will eat me up. Even the tortoise knew this. One day, the fox was telling the tortoise an interesting story. One day, what happened? The fox was telling an interesting story to the tortoise. The tiger crept up slowly behind him. The fox did not see the tiger coming, but the tortoise saw him. What happened? A tiger moved slowly and moved quickly behind him. The fox did not see the tiger coming, but the tortoise saw him. Then the tortoise says, "Run, fox, run." He shouted, and the fox turned and ran away. What he did, he ran away. But the tortoise was not so lucky. The tortoise cannot run very fast quickly. So it was not so lucky. The tiger grabbed him before he could jump back into the pond. What the tiger did, he grabbed, means catch roughly and firmly, very roughly he catched, and he, before the tortoise could jump in the pond, he grabbed him and said, "Aha, I am going to have a fine meal today." He thought. The tiger thought, "Today I am going to have a fine meal." He tried to break the shell of the tortoise, but it was very hard. He bit it, put his paws on it, and scratched at it with his claws. But he could not break it at all. Inside the shell, the tortoise was shivering with fear. What happens? The tiger breaks the shell of the tortoise. Shell means the tortoise. Have you seen the tortoise? On the top of the tortoise, the body will be covered with shell. So that shell, it will break. Tiger will try to break. It will be very hard. It cannot. Then he will bite. The tiger will bite it. Even then, it will be very hard. Then what it does? It put his feet on it and scratch with the nails. But he could not break it at all. Inside the shell, the tortoise was shivering with fear. Means tortoise body was shaking because it was frightened. Just then, the tortoise heard his friend's voice. "Sir, the flesh of the tortoise is really very tasty. I can tell you how to get the tortoise out of his shell," the fox said. Suddenly what happened? Just tortoise heard her friend's voice. Who was tortoise friend? Fox. Fox was tortoise friend. Tortoise heard the fox, his friend's voice. What he was telling? He was telling, "Sir," he was calling tiger. "Sir, the flesh. Flesh mean in Kannada, mamsa. The flesh of the tortoise is really very tasty." He is telling, fox is telling, the flesh of the tortoise is really very tasty. I can tell you how to get the tortoise out of his shell. He is telling, I can give you an idea how to get the tortoise out of his shell. Then the tiger replies by saying, "How?" roared the angry tiger. "Throw him back into the water," said the fox. What the fox said? Throw the tortoise into the water back. His shell will soak in the water and become soft. Then the fox is telling, if you throw this tortoise in the water, his shell will soak in the water and it will become soft. Then you can break it open easily, he said. Fox is giving an idea to tiger that throw the tortoise in the water so that it will soak in the water and it will become soft. Then you can break it and open it easily and you can eat it. "I think you are right," said the tiger. "Thank you for your suggestion." The tiger is replying for the fox, "Thank you, you are right." Means you are right. And thanks for your suggestion. And also thanks for your suggestion. He picked up the tortoise and threw him back in the water. He threw him back in the water. The fox ran away from that place. What the fox did? The fox immediately ran away from that place where he was hiding and watching what tiger is doing there. The tortoise sank to the bottom and did not come up for many days. What the tortoise did after throwing the tortoise went slowly down into the water, fully down into the water, and it did not come up for many days. The next time the two friends met, they were very happy together, but they did not forget to remind each other that they must always be very careful in the forest. What happened? The next time the two friends, who were the two friends? Tortoise and the fox. They met, they were very happy together. After that, they were very happy together, but they did not forget to help someone remembering something. Means helping. It remind them to help each other. To each other, that they must be always very careful. Both of them must be very careful in the forest. Did you understand the lesson, children? Okay, then we'll meet you in the next class.